It's really right on time, to be honest. Reach Over Culture Podcast, Season 4, Episode 52. We are here. Shout out to Big Ray Lewis. It is I, Rock, coming to you live like I do every Reach Over Culture Podcast episode. This is a new experience. We got new things, but we got the same gang. My brethrens. Mr. Robert Burrell, how you doing?
You're what's poppin'?
The youngin, I mean, what, the youngin of the group?
Yeah.
The savage of the group?
Babyface killer.
The babyface killer of the group? Moises Chavez is back in the building. Big Rob, Moises Chavez, let's give it up for him. Yes, sir. And it is an honor and a privilege to be here, the Reach Over Culture Podcast. Shout out to all of our new listeners. If this is your first time listening, shout out to you. We want to give you a round of clap. If this is your first time tuning in a long time, I ain't going to get...
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Oh, we got new sound bites, too. I'm back. I'm bike. I'm bike, but if this is your first time, man, welcome, all the support. Shout out to everybody that tuned into the last episode, Town Talk 251. We've gotten a lot more followers and stuff since then. So, hang with us this season, see what we got to offer, because we're going up. We're going to touch some very controversial topics, this year. 2021 is looking up, for the most part. New ventures, new ideas, and, we speaking into existence by the end of this year. We'll have our own stew. We'll be able to make some things shake. We'll be doing docs. We'll be doing a bunch of stuff. We'll be, making it work. But fellas, how y'all doing, man? What's the science, man? 2021, we here. It's a fresh year. How are we feeling?
I'm good. I'm doing good. Rob?
Yeah, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? The year is pretty solid so far.
Yeah.
Nothing major.
Nothing major. Something slight. Well, let's jump right into it. Because I don't have any sponsors. If you are interested in sponsoring the show, holler at us at reachoverculture at gmail.com. Because we got stuff on the line now. It's like I got to start making some money. So
Call us.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, this is for my brothers up north.
Get full off that jack smack.
Yeah, first pod back. We got another pod to back smack. Yeah. Beloved. All right, let's get right into it. Questions that need answering. This is our questions that need answering segment. Questions that need answering, fellas. What is the best way to end a long day?
Ooh.
Best way to end a long day for me, probably just chilling at the house with the family. Like no chores, no nothing, just kicking back, chilling.
I think a long hot shower.
Come on, dog.
Yeah, come on, long hot shower, bro.
This man, sexy.
And then have something to eat. Obviously, have your favorite meal.
Yeah.
Your favorite drink. Just chill.
Oh no, Moses, big single.
Yeah.
Big single.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into that though.
The only person I treat is myself.
Okay, there you. Hey, hold up. Where am I? You hurt? Best way to end a long day as a single guy. I don't know. Glass of gym. Hopefully a good game on somewhere. Hopefully, I don't care whether it's a fight or basketball or football, whatever. Hopefully, either that or a good movie and a glass of gin. That's probably the best way to end a long day for But being that I'm single, I can't really end the day off like when I get back married and stuff. I have a different answer.
Facts.
I have a way different answer. Mm-hmm. I mean, it'll still be gym, basketball game, and right.
Yeah.
Right. So, all right, fellas, kicking off the top of 2021. Hopefully everybody's off to a good start, man. This has been, I wouldn't say a super eventful first year and a half, first month and a half. I apologize, first month and a half of 2021. But we do have a new administration running the United States of America. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have officially been inducted into their positions as president, as vice president of the United States of America. I'm going to go ahead and give them a round clap of applause for that. Not only is Kamala Harris the first female vice president of the United States of America, but she is also the first African-American woman, well, not African, black woman of the United States, black woman, female vice president of the United States of America. Shout out to Kamala Harris. Now, I say shout out with a streamline. Obviously, y'all know if y'all listen to past episodes, I did not vote for them, but I am not a sore loser. A dub is a dub. You got to take your L's like you take your W's. If I'm being clear, and I said in the episode, it's not that I really wanted the person I voted for to win. I was just more or less being a tyrant and being rebellious and making a political statement. But, my biggest prayers are for Joe and Kamala Harris to deliver on what they said they will deliver on, to make a priority on what they've said they're going to make a priority. As far as their first almost month and a half as being in, how do you guys feel about our new administration? Being that they've had a very, very short time in, do you have any feelings? Do you have any thoughts? Is it kind of like, do you feel better about the new administration? Like, how are y'all feeling about them?
I've heard mixed things about Biden, about that he's been doing like executive orders and stuff like that.
Right.
I haven't really looked into it, but I've heard that my friend's mom told me yesterday that some people who have like diabetes, how they have to get insulin. Well, when Trump was in the office, it only costed like $60 to get insulin, like a whole package for like a month. But now Biden did something with some order, and now to get that insulin, it's like $300 or $500. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's kind of. I mean, I don't know what was the reason for that, but I was just like,
is your friend's mom? Did she vote for Trump?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's like I
respect it. It's just it's when you get people's political opinions, you got to take into account.
Yeah.
Because I mean. And I'll get into like my biggest, we'll get into our biggest takeaways from the election process as a whole, just being people that voted, being on the outside in. But, it's crazy. Things, people choose to highlight as a negative when their guy did or didn't win. So,
yeah.
It's all good, though. I mean.
Yeah, I just didn't see that's not fair.
Yeah.
Like, someone can die without that,
Yeah. Rob?
I mean, I'm hopeful. That's really it. I mean, they got a lot of work to do. Them being elected was pretty big, but Kamala Harris, if you know her backstory, like she was like she put a lot of people in jail.
1,500.
Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of African American men in jail
over minor weed charges.
Yeah, over petty stuff. So she has her history just like Joe, but I mean, it's hopeful. So I mean, I'm not really excited about the first month. I mean, I feel like I got to give them 6 months to see what they really talking about. But I'm hopeful.
Yeah, and I'm about the same. Like at the end of the day, they there. Yeah. And whining and complaining about them being there or saying that America's just going straight to hell because they're there. Like, look. I'm just not one of those people. America's a way bigger situation than I myself, so I can't afford to be sitting here in fear because, I mean, it's the same thing with Trump being in office. When he got elected, you had a bunch of people running around in fear for what he would or wouldn't do. He's going to cause a race war. We're going to be in 50 million world wars. And while we've had some chaos, a lot of that didn't happen, right? Now, from the financial side, he did exactly what I expected him to do.
Yeah.
He helped the rich get richer.
Facts.
And if you got your own, if you were an entrepreneur, Trump was your president. He worked for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because he gave small business owners a chance to really make some money, cutting back on taxes and different things like that. But if you're a middle class worker that's just cool, you know, that just wants to go to their 9 to 5 and live comfortably after that, you wanted Trump out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you paying just as much as somebody that got $1 million. And it's like, that's bogus. So I get it from both sides of the spectrum. And while we've had Capitol riots and all this, that, and the third, you know, definitely had some chaos, definitely, had some people run amok, and he's definitely hit his tail and hit, which is one of the main reasons I didn't vote, because, don't get me wrong, I didn't think he liked black people prior to the election.
Right.
You know. But it's like, all right, you definitely showed your hand during this election to the point where you're willing to let minorities suffer at a more violent rate rather than address the Proud Boys, address the issues. Everything else, from what you say about countries, I don't care about none of that. Because 9 times out of 10, that's how a lot of them speak in the back room anyway. I actually give them a little bit of respect for saying how you feel in the public.
Yeah.
But you got to, I don't like white supremacy. Well, you're not saying nothing about it? Come on, Slime. Mm-hmm. It's like, bro, if I get smoked tomorrow, bro, it was already no justice. If I get killed tomorrow, it's absolutely not going to be any justice under this administration. So for those reasons, he couldn't get my vote. And with Joe, it's like I definitely got my reserves about Joe and his alleged, just how he interacts with kids and stuff. When you open your eye to all of that, it's like, I don't know. I mean, that man did look me in my face through a camera lens and tell me if I didn't vote for him, I wasn't black. Mm-hmm. What?
Yeah.
This is going to tell me I wasn't black?
I know.
And then, you had people that was black, like, caping for that. Like, no, they took it out of No, bro, he said what he meant. And so, all in all, as far as the executive orders and things that he's doing, look, he's going to put power in the back in the hands of the middle class worker. I mean, there's definitely going to be a lot of socialist ways where healthcare is going to get a little bit more expensive. Different things are going to get a little bit more taxing for the benefit of everybody at the end of the day. Even with that, it is what it is. Like, if you want to live in this country, you got to abide by the rules. That's just what it is. Me complaining about spending, extra $150 on insulin, I mean, that's a fair complaint. But then what can I do? For another 4 years? The man's still going to be there for another 4 years. It might get higher. I might have to go ride route. Turn vegan. Don't get diabetes.
Yeah, exactly.
Do your due diligence, you heard?
Or you can move to Canada where they got free healthcare.
Right, yeah. Right. But you know what? I was talking to somebody, bro. Now, Led was in Canada for a little bit. He loved it.
Right.
But I talked to somebody that just recently moved to Canada. It was like, nah, don't do this. Don't come up here. Like, it's like a 50 to 60% tax rate. They pretty much take all your money for free healthcare.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
Never mind, don't move to Canada.
Right. I mean, it just depends. Like, if you cool with like living with a little bit for the sake of, if you break a femur, shout out to my mans, that you're going to be taken care of, fine. I mean, it's really however you want to spend your money. Some people don't care about materialistic things. So, hey, take half my money, right? But if they raise if the cost of living go up, it's going to become an issue. You know what I mean? It's like you can't tax people 50% of their income and then the cost of living constantly go up. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's not fair.
It's not fair. So
that's wild.
So I mean, we'll have politicians and stuff on here. Unfortunately, none of us are politicians, and I don't think any of us have any interest in being a politician. We let those handle who those. I just try to do my best to keep my little money in my pocket. You heard? Speaking of the election process, do y'all have any big takeaways from the election process itself? Being on social media, looking at the news, just fake votes. false votes count, like
yeah.
the
ballots.
yeah,
Ballots.
Georgia, and
Yeah.
him suing and trying to get the call overturned. I mean, that, like, you want to talk about sports, you want to talk about football, you want to talk about challenging a play.
Right.
My dog threw a red flag, said, "Nah, we gonna sit here. This game gonna sit until I say, because they cheated, this, that, and the third." What was the biggest takeaway from y'all with this election process, just being like on the outside looking in?
I don't know. It's just so many mixed things.
Yeah.
So many like rumors and people saying that like all Joe Biden ballots just showed up out of nowhere, and this and that, and I don't know. It's a lot. It's a mess. I would say it's a mess.
Yeah.
And was it true, or was it were the ballots real? I mean, you can never know.
We'll never know.
Yeah, exactly. That's
we'll
the
never
thing.
know. No.
And I don't know. It's really hard to say for me, because I mean, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it could only the people like who were counting there could really know.
Right. Okay.
It was everything I expected it to be, honestly. I mean, Trump has made his point plenty times prior to the election that, like, y'all gonna have to move me out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was clear as day he wasn't leaving without no fight.
He said that.
So on his behalf,
Yeah.
all the ruckus he caused, I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On Biden's half, Biden just had to make him look dumb. So he didn't really have nothing to go in there with as far as stuff to, like, Biden didn't say why you should vote for him. He just told you why you shouldn't vote for Trump.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like Biden
Right.
didn't really do nothing.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I mean, it was just like high school, like, arguing and not talking about nothing and just beating around the bush. So it was a visual of America, sad to say, of the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was expecting more from leadership, a little bit more maturity. That's one thing.
From Trump? Maturity?
Yeah, from Trump.
Man, he a big dog. Don't ever expect. Trump is, he represents a lot of the party, which are a bunch of sore losers.
Yeah.
Trump is about his money, that's it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I can't knock that side of him.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't run the country with that mindset.
Yeah.
Not being a sore loser, man. And that was probably my biggest takeaway. Well, my biggest takeaway, but I said that on another podcast, that, a bunch of those guys are sore losers. The Republican Party as a whole, people that showed their hand, showed that they're very, very sore losers. At the end of the day, everybody cheats.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Like in the NFL, they say it ain't about who cheats, it's about who cheat better. Everybody cheats. Everybody uses any little tidbit of advantage to get. If I can look at your cards and Uno, I'm looking at your cards.
Facts.
It just is what it is. So everybody cheats to win it to get ahead. I mean, because you automatically assume the other side is cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in politics.
Yeah, and basketball is like, people don't. Man, if you throw an elbow or grab somebody under the leg, knowing the ref ain't going to see it, you're cheating. That's cheating. Nobody just plays the game clean, though. It's just a part of the game. Mm-hmm. You use any tidbit. Like, if I'm whispering it, like Lance Stevenson blowing in that man's ear, that's you're supposed to get teed up for that.
Right.
Yeah.
But, then get called. Flopping, you're supposed to get teed up for that.
Teed and fined.
You know what I mean? So everybody uses every little tidbit that they can. My biggest takeaway from the election, though, was how fickle Christianity is. Christianity in America is fickle. Fickle. Because you had people online prophesying that Trump will win the election. Like prophesying, and then reposting other people that's prophesying. Now, for some of y'all who may know me, may be friends with Facebook on me, I'm not just talking about one particular person. These were multiple people that was doing this. So shout out to y'all, and I know y'all going to be like, man, he talking about one particular person. This person might say, I ain't talking about you, just particularly. It's a bunch of people. And prophesying that Trump's going to be in the election, that Trump's going to win the election, prophesying that Trump is God's chosen choice to be president of the United States of America. And the mere fact that he lost the election shows that America is going to hell in a handbasket. because Trump lost the election. As if God is focused on America only. As if the universe revolves around the United States of America. Trump lost, and so now God is going to send us all to hell. He coming back for that. What are you talking about? Out of all the reasons you think God would come back, Jesus would come back on his sword, on a flying horse, it be because Trump lost the election? This is tyranny. This is... Oh, so Jesus ain't... He wasn't coming back during slavery, was he? Oh, he wasn't coming back during the Holocaust. No, not at all. Those events weren't extreme enough. No, Trump had to lose the election for him to come back. I prophesied, even up until the day that Biden got was up until the day of the inauguration. Trump somehow, some way, he gonna win. He gonna win. It was amazing to me. To people, and now I'm Taylor making it to E. He changed his mind. I've even heard people say God changed his mind about the election. God changed his mind.
I don't know. I think that's a thing.
You find out he changing his mind on stuff.
Yeah.
Can I? Hey, God, if me making $1 million wasn't in the plans, what I got to do to change your mind to give me $1 million in the plans? He changed his mind, and then and I'm gonna have you know what? I'm gonna get E on here but even though he wasn't the only one I seen saying stuff like this, like saying God changed his mind, giving all these examples on how in the Bible something was supposed to happen, something was prophesied, and then something else happened. But there's the thing about the Bible. When you read the context, man's decisions changed a lot of that.
Right.
Not God. Mm-hmm. You understand? We decide to go, and I mean, I posted this, like Pharrell said this in a post I put up yesterday, but God ain't going to change his plans for us. Whatever decisions we make is on us. And if we fulfill what he got for us, that's on us. But the plan don't change. There's 50 million ways to get to it, but the plan don't change. The end objective don't change. God don't change his mind. We make decisions for God and mess it up. We mess stuff up. Solomon messed it up by getting 50 million different wives with 50 million different religions. He didn't change anything for the children of Israel. We wanted to stay in the wilderness for 40 years. We wanted to go back to Egypt because it was just a little bit better than wandering in the wilderness, wondering where our next meal has come from. We did that.
Yeah.
Not God. God didn't change his mind. To that, y'all say what?
That's a fact. I mean, like, as far as it show how fickle Christianity is.
Oh, so Republicans was prophesying that Trump would be, you got guys like Pastor Greg Locke, just a bunch of stuff, So, but then you got the other side. Because I got to give it to it on the other side, the Democratic side. Because not everybody, but some almost tried to change the context of where the word was coming from, just to necessarily fit. So when we talk about abortion, look, man, abortion is an act of removal.
Yeah.
It just is, right? Now, mind you, it doesn't particularly use the word abortion in the Bible. So whatever context you take the Bible in, as if you being a murderer, I don't ever really even necessarily feel comfortable thinking about it too much because I'm not a woman. I'm not going to ever be in a position to get an abortion.
Yeah.
Right?
And yeah, like you don't have the answers to that. It's not real clear in the Bible. Like,
it's not super clear. But but to just overlook it as a believer as if it just doesn't exist at all. Mm-hmm. Or child trafficking, different things that were put into place to monitor these things. Because, Trump attacked the issues that a lot of presidents before him didn't really address. Human trafficking, the abortion laws, Planned Parenthood, different things like that. Mm-hmm. Because, mind you, while there are women that have... I'm the pro-life, pro-choice thing. It's not that it's not cause for debate. I just felt like certain people on the Democratic side kind of reached and stretched and made certain things a little bit more okay when it is a gray area. They made it a little bit more okay just to suit why Trump should be out of office.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's fair, but let's not misconstrue the word too much to fit a certain agenda.
Especially for our own benefit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's keep a spade, and let's not. I mean, both sides though, but let's not misconstrue context of the word or what certain verses, scriptures mean, and let's not. Let's just. I mean, let's keep it gray, but don't make it as black and white when you changing the whole composition on how the Bible is formed. Whether you're talking about abortion, talking about the LGBT, community, different things like that. I mean, the word is clear on some of those things, and we can't. The word is clear on some of those things as far as the context, but we can't just twist the word for our own benefit.
Yeah.
To match a political stance. Like, if you want Trump out of office just for the simple fact that you believe he's a racist, say that.
Yeah.
Don't bring the word into it though. So that was my thing about the left and the right, but it just showed. And then, I mean, when you talk about love, peace, harmony, the Democratic side did not show that whatsoever. That was my other thing. My apologies. Love. God is love. The language of God is love, right? I did not see that from the Democratic Party at all. At all. None. Don't get me wrong. The Republicans were acting like sore losers. The Dems, who happened to be believers, was on their helmets, on their neck. You're a racist. You're this. You're that. You're like calling people out of name, especially black people talking to other black people that might be Trump supporters. Nigga, what is you, a Trump support? What?
Yeah.
Like, this stupid. I've heard it. And it's like, bruh, ain't you a Christian? Now, mind you, Christianity is Christianity.
Yeah, exactly.
But the main, the key of Christianity is love.
Love thy neighbor.
Love thy neighbor. And there wasn't a lot of love going around. Especially when Trump took an L. I told y'all, y'all, you suck, your president suck, you can go wherever y'all, like.
I feel like you can cut off relationships that got meant.
Oh, a lot of them did.
Yeah, meant for you, but all of a sudden they say they're a Trump supporter, you cut them off.
Man.
And I feel like you were supposed to benefit from that relationship, but.
Man. So that was my biggest takeaway from the election as a whole, is just how fickle Christianity is. And we let, whether we on the left or the right.
Yeah.
Divide us.
Like, it's a reason why church and state are separate. Church and state are separate for a reason. Your state, I mean, they're parallel, but they're separate for a reason. At the end of the day, you got to be firm in your belief, firm in what you stand for, in your spirit first before you attach it to what's going on in the world. I believe, you know what I mean? If I don't know what I stand on, whether I be a Christian or a Muslim or a Buddhist or whoever, then, I can't sit here and try to justify why certain things go on in the world if I don't, like, justify why I feel what I feel in my spirit first. You get what I'm saying? So
I feel politics should be illegal in churches.
Man.
Because it gets ugly.
It does.
And it just separates people.
You had churches with a clear political agenda.
Yeah.
Here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Bible Belt, with a clear political agenda.
I mean, not even that. We have some of the more respected churches with clear choices on who they voting for.
Oh yeah, they was at the rallies and everything. We heard, we saw, I saw, I saw it. I saw it.
Yeah.
I like, there was people here that went there for the rally. Now, did you storm the Capitol? I don't know, but if we get this particular person on, I'm gonna ask him about that. You know what I mean? Because it's freaky.
Why?
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 Like, you know what I mean? Why? You know what I mean?
It's one of those things where it's like you gotta have answers. Like,
right.
This is not one of those. I just feel it's like, nah, bro. Like,
yeah. All right.
But shout out to him, though.
Shout out to him. let's get straight to the Super Bowl. We have a new NFL champion. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Chiefs. I think it was, 30-9 or something like that?
Yeah, it was bad.
All right, y'all watch the game?
For sure.
You watched the game, Moses? You didn't watch the game? Okay.
No, I was sleeping.
All right, cool.
I was taking a nap.
Yeah. Sports ain't. That's not your strong suit. That's okay.
Yeah.
Rob, you think it was a bad Mahomes or a better Brady?
I think it was a bad Mahomes O-line. And it's unfortunate that it came to that. But I didn't realize it until like halfway through the game that he had 2, maybe 3 offensive linemen, like starters that were out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you talk about, like, that's the whole game. If a quarterback can't depend on his O-line, and it was a stat that said Mahomes ran for 500 yards.
Yeah. That
like
boy was
total before, like trying to make a play.
Yeah.
So I think it was more so, I think it was that, but I think it was a good Todd Bowles as well, which is a defensive coach. He's, a brother, shout out to him.
Yeah.
I think he did an amazing job scheming, like a 2-high safety, only rush 3, and make them beat you outside of passing the ball. Because we all know the Chiefs can throw the ball 60 yards every play and score if they wanted to.
Yeah.
But he had a bend don't break mentality, like I'm gonna let you kind of have your way, but just know you're not throwing the ball over our heads.
Yeah.
So I think by him doing that and making them try to run the ball or make Mahomes throw slants or drags and posts and curls, like that was genius. But all in all, I think it was more so of a bad Mahomes O-line.
Yeah.
Because Brady wasn't spectacular. Like Brady he game managed. He was Brady.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have like he played better against Philly whenever we beat him in the championship.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
He balled out. But in this one, he managed the game. He took what the defense gave him, and he killed the clock. Like so.
Let me ask you, because Rob just gave a lot of football talk. That's cloth right there. You think Tom Brady is the GOAT?
Football, absolutely.
Okay. How many
of sports in general? No.
We gonna have that talk on the sports podcast because that's
a big topic.
Yeah, that's a big topic.
Facts.
How many more rings can he win before he retires?
I give him 2 more because I mean the O-line, his O-line, like he had time.
Yeah,
and that's the last thing you need to give Brady. I mean, there's a lot of guys like you give Fitzmagic. If you give him time in the pocket, he gonna
make something shake.
He gonna carve you up.
Yeah,
but that's the last thing Tom Brady needs is time. And they gave him his O-line played phenomenal. So I feel like if they can keep that O-line intact, because I mean, Mike Evans is probably the only expensive optional offense. Like Goodwin is a baller, but he ain't bringing in bank like that. Fournette, you know what I'm saying, like Ronald Jones. So like they're not spending a lot of money on these offensive weapons. So I think he can win 2 more. Like if they can keep this core on the offense and defense for another 3 years, I think he can win 2 more because no team is getting drastically better like to the naked eye right now. Yeah. So, and then you got Drew Brees about to probably hang it up. Yeah. Phillip Rivers already gone. Like it's a lot of like Aaron Rodgers still good, but the Packers are trying to draft no receiver. You're right. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like he can win 2 more. Yeah.
I like that. Rob's Sports takes us a second to none on this podcast, and
I enjoy sports.
Yeah, check the Score podcast coming soon. It's Rob's podcast. I will just be featuring. It will be Rob's podcast. Yeah, I think Tom Brady's the GOAT of the NFL. I thought he was the GOAT before the 7th ring.
Facts.
I told people, listen, it's the football Illuminati. I originally had the Packers and the Chiefs, the Packers and the Chiefs before the actual Super Bowl. I said if it's not the Packers, then it'll be the Bucks. Listen, the man went to Tampa Bay, first time out of New England, the Super Bowl's in Tampa Bay. He's went through Drew Brees. He pretty much retired Drew Brees. Let's keep it a buck. Retired Drew Brees. Who they beat in the second round? Yeah, beat Aaron, then beat Patrick Mahomes. I mean, even when you look at I noticed this when I watched the Super Bowl that night. I looked at the initials at the ticker. I was like, TB. I said, oh, no.
Tom Brady.
They're going to win this game. It says TB and KC on the other side. They're going to win this game. Like, I mean, you get Gronk out of retirement. You look up, and you got Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones, Mike Evans, Marquise Goodwin, and then even
Chris Goodwin.
Chris Goodwin. Sorry. Chris Goodwin. Is it Godwin or Goodwin?
It's Goodwin.
It's Goodwin.
Yeah. You got AV,
and then not Gronk, but the other TE.
OJ Howard.
No. Bates.
Cameron Brate.
Brady. That boy started balling in the playoffs. He started going crazy. So, as quiet as it was kept, I'm like, yo, he got weapons. I don't like since Wes Welker, Aaron Hernandez, Gronk, and Randy Moss. I haven't seen him with an offensive core like this since then. So I was excited for the Super Bowl. I thought it would be a closer game, but I felt like the football Illuminati was in. Mm-hmm. It's no coincidences in this game. You went to Tampa Bay the year that the Tampa Bay was in the Super Bowl. You took them from nothing to something. And for that, it's he the GOAT, man. I mean, the man got drunk off tequila the next day. He throwing the trophy across
the ocean.
Bro, he got too many of them. That's what that means. He's like, it's 7-1. It's cool.
Nah, I saw this stat that said Tom Brady's daughter has held the Super Bowl trophy more times than the Cowboys franchise.
Man, bro, listen.
And it's like, dang, that's really tough.
He has more Super Bowls than every other franchise. I read that stat. Every other franchise, the Cowboys, the Steelers, this man got more Super Bowls than every franchise, bro. That's different.
It's GOAT.
It's GOAT talk. And it's like, as much as I hated seeing A.A. Ron lose, because I did want to see A.A. Ron and Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's a football Illuminati feel. You know what it gave me? It gave me the when Denver beat Carolina in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Because Tom Brady is not the Tom Brady we know him to be. He is a very elevated, high-tier Alex Smith. He's a game manager. Thanks. He will not lose you the game, but he won't necessarily win you the game either. That's what I saw this season. It's like, because he makes some, like, it's like, bro, where did that arm go?
Yeah.
Right? But I'm like, yo, the stars will align. It's in. I mean, they got it. Like, Tampa Bay, I'm like, bro, I just can't bet against him. I can't bet against Brady for more reasons than just football. The Illuminati, the football gods are on Thomas Brady, Thomas Bartholomew Brady, the football guys on. For that, I just couldn't bet against them. You know what I mean? So, shout out to Tom Brady. Shout out to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And shout out to the NFL, man, for holding it together this season to give us a full season.
I'm fairly surprised.
Man.
Fairly surprised.
Never would have made it. I played that at the beginning because, man, it was looking a little dark. All right, jumping into the final thing before we get out of this episode. Any good music lately? Anybody heard any good music? New music that they want to put out there? I'll go first. This weekend, or we're recording this on the 13th. So this weekend, Judas and the Black Messiah movie just dropped on HBO Max. Make sure you go check that out. We'll be doing a review of that soon. They dropped the soundtrack, and it is flames. That's what it is. It's flames. They got a Nip and Jay track on there that is stupid. Jay is talking crazy. If you haven't already, make sure you go add that to Apple Music, Spotify, this, that, and the third. That's probably the last great. Yeah, that just came out yesterday. I listened to that mug. That mug is stupid. Any of y'all?
I haven't had any new releases from any of the artists I follow, but I think Jaden Smith. I've been listening to him a couple months.
Yeah, something dropped not too long ago.
That was it was in August. Fire. Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith is fire.
Yeah. He's a dope artist for sure.
Yeah, it's his music's just a little different, and it's just I feel like it's just has his own style.
Okay.
Oddly enough, I really haven't been on music that heavy. I mean so I don't have any. When I hear new music, I think of like something that's like nobody has necessarily heard.
Yeah.
But my dog Surf dropped Make Sure You Kill Me deluxe.
Oh, did he?
It's titled that for a reason. Like, just it's not just outlandish. Just
Right.
do your backstory on him. But yeah,
Googles.
he dropped a deluxe. He added like 4 more songs on there. They were all pretty dope.
Okay.
Outside of that, I mean, I haven't really been listening to too much music per se, or checking for any new music. So
Gotcha.
I got to listen to that Judas and the Black Messiah soundtrack. I heard that was pretty dope. But besides that, nothing else for me.
All right. Well, you guys on?
No.
Oh, cool. All right. So this has been a season 4 premiere of the Reach Over Culture podcast. We happy to be back. We wanted to go ahead. I want to salute these 2 guys because if you in Oklahoma, then you know it's supposed to get crazy this next week. So we wanted to come in here and knock out some content, prior to the snow. So if you in Oklahoma, make sure you stay safe, man. By the time this come out, we'll have a couple of more weeks of this. So, it's got cold, dog. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's 11 degrees, dog. It honestly pisses me off.
Yeah,
It honestly makes me mad.
it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Quick little encouragement.
Yeah.
And not to end the podcast on a sour note, but a homeless guy actually died over the weekend from like just freezing, not being in the cold. So if y'all got any, extra blankets, extra clothes, extra hoodies that y'all just don't have or don't use, you see somebody, help them out, do your good deed, and bless somebody. So
That's a fact. That's a fact. Shout out to our man's Evan Goodo.
Yes, sir.
He had a live with Moses last year talking about the Be Heard movement. It's his movement. They help homeless people, blankets.
Yeah.
And we're gonna put his Instagram in the link at the description at the bottom of the video. So make sure you holler at him. He's been tried, tested, proven, and he's solidified. He's vouched for. So if you do send donations to him, he does make sure that they get to exactly where they need to get to. Follow him at Be Heard. We're gonna put all the stuff in the information in the description, but that's good, because there's been people out here suffering.
Yeah.
Tulsa's not had a winter like this in a while. This has been like the worst one in a while.
Seeing all the ice. Seeing all the ice reminds me of the ice storm in 2007.
Yeah. And prayers up for those who lost their lives in the massive Fort Worth pile up. Y'all heard about that?
Yeah.
So it was a massive pile up, bro, in Fort Worth. I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. 70 to 100 cars, including like 5 or 6 semis. And so I didn't see the final fatality count, but I mean they were at like 60 cars and they had already identified 8 to 9 people passed. And there's videos out there of it. It's pretty gruesome. So that shows it's not just happening here, but it's happening like all down south. Besides New Orleans, they're getting great weather. Shout out to the city. Shout out to the city, man. No Mardi Gras this year, you heard me, but it's all good. Y'all don't really need to be out there partying anyway. Y'all need to really get saved and go read y'all Bibles. Because we all know what Mardi Gras do. But shout out to my people in the city. They hurt, man. They heard it ain't no Mardi Gras this year. They are hurt. No Zulu ball, no parades, no nothing. February 2022. Oddly enough, Mardi Gras is what spawned a lot of the COVID cases when it was popping off. Because a lot of people left New Orleans coming from all these different spaces. Right. So New Orleans quickly became like the hot spot when it first all popped off last year. So it's better just to be safe than sorry. Y'all don't want to be the cause again. So shout out to my people in the city. I'm about to go eat some king cake for y'all. You heard? But Reach Over Culture Podcast Season 4 premiere. Thank you, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube, subscribe to the Instagram. Hit us up if you got different topics that you want us to talk about. Shout out to my brothers and them. Shout out to the brothers up north. And make sure you tune back in next week for another episode of the Reach Over Culture Podcast.